Good morning.
Hello there.
We've received so much feedback and questions flowing out of our last conversation about synchronicity that we thought it would be good to stay a little bit longer and focus on synchronicity and the different aspects of it, because there's something mysterious about it, and there can be misconceptions around the issue. So we thought of looking a little bit deeper and staying with the theme of synchronicity.
And maybe just looking at a couple of questions that we had and that we really also sat with and had a look at. And I think two questions that go together is synchronicity available to everybody? And can it be seen as a sign?
Yes.
So I think going to the question, is it there for everybody? I would say that synchronicity, that 1,000 unseen helping hands, like Joseph Campbell says, is available, is there. I don't think that it's accessible to everybody in the sense that, and speaking from a personal point of view, that I was not aware of anything like synchronicity in my life before I was really starting on a serious inner journey of finding meaning, filling the void, really looking at my life and searching for more of a deeper, richer experience with God. So, and I think that it's almost like I had to let go of my very sort of narrow mindset and really start looking at all options in terms of what is my life about, where am I going, so I think it has to do with almost growing antennas, because you are on the lookout or open to God actually becoming more visible for you, if I can put it that way.
And opening up endless possibilities to you.
Yes,
because
yes.
I think it's so important what you touch on is if we have an absolute set goal in mind,
or one outcome only to a problem,
and our wish or our desire as to how things should play out, we can be so focused on that we miss out what pops up, and it's often very small.
I think that's the thing, it's very subtle.
Yes.
It's often only afterwards that you look at it and says that you actually go like, this was really something out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
And I think that is important to know, that is it a sign? I am very wary to say that it is. In my experience, it's not so much a yes or a no that I'm getting. It's much more you on a journey and God wants to underline something for you, maybe show you the next step. It's never like a very open vista of options. It's just like a tiny little confirmation, reassurance, a feeling of you are really seen, and what you need is really important, and it's put there for you to notice. So it's tiny little love letters almost.
That's a beautiful.
Put it like that.
Yes.
Like little notices. You're on this, like you say, it's like crumbs in a you're walking, you're trying to find your way in a wood and you're not sure where to go, and in the forest, and there's some crumbs but it's not like you can see the light at the end of the tunnel, or
Yeah.
um,
Often, synchronicity is not so much, from my experience, synchronicity isn't so much the end result as the beginning of a process or alongside the process. Because the synchronicity, the love letters, it's not so much a yes or a no, it's more a you're very alive and you're not alone.
yeah.
And once you experience the synchronicity, it is often the start of a deep discerning process.
Yes.
Because then the process starts of, and it's not always related directly to your journey.
And it can be, it can be something that you don't understand. You know that it's something important. You know that it is, there is something there because it's out of the ordinary, and it maybe pops up more than once over a period of years. So you know there's something there, but you're not even sure what that is.
Yeah.
But it also makes you feel that you're not alone in this. Something is being shown, being opened to you.
Because speaking from personal experience, about 13 years ago, I started, I'm now talking around a theme. I started experiencing synchronicity around that theme. And it was around a hunchback, which you don't see every day, and it started there, and up to now I don't have exact clarity as to what it meant. Only that it was synchronicity, and that I was aware of the loving presence and care of God along the journey. That was all. That there were small hints, and so delicate that one is astonished as to what is bound up in that, but I don't have a clear picture as to, all right, this is the meaning of it.
So it's often not, and I think it's not something that you, like you actually said, it's a desire that you have, and then now you're looking for signs that this is the thing
that affirms my desire.
This affirms my desire, and anything that sort of looks like it could be a confirmation, you take that as synchronicity. One has to be careful with that, because I think it can be confirmation, but that's where the discerning comes in.
Yes.
Synchronicity is something on a different, I want to almost say on a different energy level. It's a very subtle something that you become aware of, that you know is important. Like you say, you don't know always why, but in terms of me, we can maybe put on the links for the writings that I did on the sunbird, and in my life, the synchronicity of that. But it was more that God was trying to underline something important, to show me a very important aspect of his involvement in my life. And so I think it's not a magic wand.
No,
it's not something that will take away all your questions, your uncertainty about something. It's being there along the journey.
Yes. And we just want to underline one thing. We're not saying is you have to get all your spiritual ducks in a row and be on this deep journey and then. So it's only for people who are really spiritually minded, and then you you set a new standard. It's not that.
No.
It's merely that you really serious about this journey. And last week the theme was stepping into the flow and synchronicity. Don't push the river. The two are interlinked. Once you step into this journey where you open to endless possibilities, then the endless possibilities come in.
You become aware of them.
Or they come.
They
You become aware of them. Yes.
And it's literally like just starting to open up. It's not like you need to be wide open.
No.
We're always beginners in that. We're always busy surrendering, opening up, and then becoming fearful and closing up again. And I think it's often in those times you on the journey, you're really serious about this. There's an intent of really wanting to be on this road, and it's the only way I can put it is that, and that's why I love Joseph Campbell's definition so much. It's these hands that's there in 1,000 ways, in ways that you cannot even imagine. And I think in saying that, often synchronicity is not an easy thing.
No.
Or synchronicity is very visible and active during periods where it's really going difficult. You're going through a difficult time.
Yeah.
So it doesn't always herald some wonderful, exciting new thing. It's often part of a difficult process that you are going through, or that is lying ahead. I'm thinking of when we were talking middle of last year about the journey and how it seems to have a rhythm of...
No, the previous year.
The previous year.
Yeah.
How it has a rhythm of being stretched and then going into a sort of a plateau where life is generally calm and nothing, and then you sort of subconsciously you feel that maybe the time is coming up for a stretch again. And we were saying that. We were saying, maybe we can almost feel this, that a stretch might be up ahead. And about a month later, we got the news that we would have to move from Mallorca. And that put in a very difficult and hard work and everything that entailed to do that.
Yeah, so the synchronicity, we saying that and that happening, that synchronicity, but it's not necessarily an easy process, but it is a worthwhile process.
And what it also does is the difficult thing happens, you know that there's a lot of hard work lying ahead, and you look back at the event of synchronicity and you know that they are linked. And it also makes you much more open to what needs to be done then, and accepting of what needs to be done.
Yes. So I think we skimmed the surface once again. But there's such a lot of depth there, and it is one of the treasures of the spiritual journey. Thank you so much for the feedback and the questions and the conversations. It makes these conversations and our recording so meaningful. So keep them coming.
Keep well, everybody.
Have a nice week. Bye-bye.